Hey Troglodytes, welcome back to another edition of Trogly's Guitars. Well, you guys probably saw the video last week where I played this guitar, and I call this guitar an abomination. This is a 2007 Guitar of the Week, Gibson Reverse Flying V. These are probably once again, the most infamous of the Guitar of the Week series, just because of how absolutely insane this guitar is. Honestly, when it's in your hands and you're playing it, it actually feels smaller than a regular guitar, just because the bulk of the body shape is all the way halfway up the neck. And this thing doesn't look like it'd be comfy to play, but it really is. It kind of just nestles between your leg and your chest. And honestly, this guitar is awesome. I like it. And if I was a lead guitar player, I would totally suggest this guitar. As I said in my listing, or the playing tour of this guitar, the neck pickup is a little bit muddy for my tastes. You might have to adjust your amp accordingly when it's on like a dirty tone. But when it's a clean tone, you got a very, very deep, jazzy sound. So despite what it looks like, it actually make a very good jazz guitar. So this guitar is well played. It's got some, finish chipping and just average wear and tear for one of these that has actually been played. Most of these are in collector's condition. This one's been around the block. So up here on the headstock, something to note is the black, lacquer has actually chipped out around these tuners. See if we can get a better angle here. There you can see it. That usually happens from like a tuner change, but it looks all original. So it looks like it was just some light bubbling that turned into quite a big spread, but it definitely feels like it's done. Like that's probably how it started, and then somebody was picking at it, and then it became that. So leave that alone, and you should be fine. Looks like those two don't have it quite as bad, but you do have a scratch here from a string. There we go. So the headstock is a little beat up as far as finish goes, but white is actually a very rare version of this. I think they made natural white and black. And white, for some reason in the mid 2000s, I guess not for some reason, because it looks better, they put ebony boards on white finished guitars. So as far as I'm aware, only the white ones got ebony boards. So that makes this one a little bit more desirable since they no longer use ebony. The frets are in good shape. They show minor wear. And just up and down, this guitar plays great. I love the bridge pickup in this guitar. It really screams. So if you're a lead guitar player in like a rock band, this is your guitar. It's such a head turner as well as a great sounding guitar. And I'm sure playing it live, you'll get lots of comments on it. Now, I don't think the original pickguard stuff is on top. I think they're just kind of stuck underneath. I think there's another one right here. I'm talking about that plastic shrink wrap film that's on them originally. I believe that's been taken off, but it had a little leftover residue. As you can see, you kind of got a deeper scratch here. You can feel it with your nail. Just average wear and tear. You've got beautiful gold hardware, and you kind of got the, I guess it's reversed, but the 50s style V tailpiece where it's actually strung through the body, which kind of gives you more, vibrations and whatnot. And that keeps it from just ripping through the wood. But you've got lots of play wear. This is by no means a mint condition example. You can see kind of the smudges and scratches it's got. This is definitely one for the road. I'll take a look at the back here. And it's kind of got an interesting headstock on it. I kind of wish they would have done something a little different with the headstock personally, but I think that's kind of the Futura headstock style, if I remember correctly. Got your serial number there. There's a small paint chip on the side of the headstock there. Your neck has just light wear, but nothing too incredibly bad. I would say it's a 60s profiled neck, but it kind of feels a little wider than most necks, just a little bit. So it's not your typical SG slim, but a little bit more than that. The back of the guitar has some dulling of the finish. It's really hard to show, and the finish is a nice cream color. You can kind of see where it's just been rubbing against some guy's jacket and kind of dulled the finish a little bit. Or that might just be the wood grain underneath, but it is definitely there. I think most of it's wood grain, but some of the dulling, you can see the difference. Got some scratches and that. But overall, it's a solid guitar. I mean, you can hear how it sounds. You might want to skip to later on in that video, as for whatever reason, the first clean tone came out very quiet and sounded muddier than usual. You got some black on the side here. That's where your input jack's at. One other thing to note here is it looks like this guitar had its nut replaced, and they kind of brushed it over with a little bit of lacquer in that area. I was actually, rubbing it with my fingernail, and it kind of actually disappeared. So I'm going to go ahead and say the nut has maybe been replaced. As you can see, you've kind of got that nut finish check going on there from the typical nut change out. And on this side, it had a very similar thing. Going on, and I was, rubbing away at it, and it chipped the finish off there. But that is that guitar. It comes with its original case over here, which was designed specifically for the reverse flying V. It's a cool case. It's a white interior, black exterior. So if you think you might be interested in owning this rock star guitar, feel free to contact me on my Facebook page, facebook.com/Troglodytes, Troglys. That's where you can message me, or you can check out the Reverb listing. All right, we'll catch you later, Troglodytes. Bye.